Good morning to you, good morning to you. We're all in our places with sun shining faces. Oh, this is the way to have a good day. Hello, my sweet students, and welcome to another wonderful week of music class. I am so excited to be here with all of you. I hope that you are all doing well. I hope that you all managed to beat the heat, the crazy heat this weekend. And I am so excited for the class we have planned today. We are going to learn a brand new song. We're going to look at a rhythm. We're going to learn some more about our composer, and we have the most amazing piece of music to listen to by him in a little bit. So let's get started by singing through our major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Very good. So you are doing so well with this major scale. I wanted to talk about what the most important notes in our major scale are. And we call those notes the major triad. So think of triad. What's the familiar sounds there? We have tri. Where do we hear the sound tri? In some word you know. I know you know a word that has tri in it. A triangle, right? So how many sides does a triangle have? 3. So a triad is 3 notes. And our major triad is do, mi, so. So those are the fundamental building blocks of the major scale. So you're going to go do, mi, so. Can you try that with me this time? Do, mi, so. Good, and the hand signs are going to really help with this. Let's go up to so and then back down to do. It'll look like this. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Can you try that with me? Do, mi, so, mi, do. Excellent. And if you want to get really fancy, we can do something that's called a major arpeggio. And that's going to go do, mi, so, mi, do. So exactly the same, we just put that top do on it as well. Try it with me this time. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Good, so knowing these really, really popular progressions in your major scale is going to really help you with your music making. And so the song we're going to be singing today is going to use that do, mi, so progression, or that do, mi, so, do progression to make a melody, make a line that we sing. Or maybe they'll break it up. Maybe they'll go mi, so, do. So I'll be pointing out those little solfege tricks throughout the song we're looking at. So let's take a look at that right now. Okay, so our song for today is called Ladybug. So I picked this song for, well, 3 reasons. First, it's nice and short. It's just this 1 page of words. I know our song last week was a little bit on the long side, so I wanted to balance it out for you guys. The second reason is, excuse me, who doesn't love ladybugs? So cute. Little red with little black spots. So sweet. They are so friendly if you ever meet them on the playground, and they also do so much good work taking care of our plants. They protect them from other insects. They're the best. So We love ladybugs. The third and most important reason is there are so many major triads and a major arpeggio in this song. So you can see how it plays out in action. So even the first line has a major triad. So let's do this. Let's break it down on our solfege first, okay? So can you go do, mi, sol, do, mi, sol. Let's do it together. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, mi, sol, do, mi, sol. Excellent. That is the whole melody for our first line. So now we just have to put the words on top of it. I'll sing it and you sing it back to me. Ladybug, ladybug, where will you land? Ladybug, ladybug, come to my hand. Excellent. Now, for my older, more advanced students, on Ladybug, the first time we sing it, we have that do, mi, sol, ladybug. We are outlining that major chord, right? And after that, on the second set of ladybugs, we do not have a major chord. We have ti, re, fa, ladybug. We are outlining our diminished chord. So you can look at it on the triad level or the chord level. So it works no matter what age you are. So let's sing through it, and I will be doing the solfege over here while we sing it so you can follow along. Feel free to do it with me, or feel free to just focus on the words, all right? Let's do it. 1, 2, ready, go. Ladybug, ladybug, where will you land? Ladybug, ladybug, come to my hand. Beautiful. So here we get to our second set of lyrics, and we're going to say it like this. Then you can crawl all the way up my arm, and I will assure you I'll do you no harm. Very good. So that's our second set of lyrics. And I want you to be aware that the lyrics feed into each other. So it'll be one line and then another line. So it'll sound like this. Then you can crawl all the way up my arm. Next line. And I will assure you I'll do you no harm. So there's no little break between them at that point. Okay? Let's try singing it through. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Then you can crawl all the way up my arm, and I will assure you I'll do you no harm. Beautiful. All right, our last set. Let's do it. When you fly away, when you fly away. Good, now here we have basically our major arpeggio. So you're gonna go sol, mi, sol, do, Can you do that with me? We'll take it slow. 1, 2, ready, go. So, mi, so, mi, do. Good. So, here is our melody. I hope that you'll come back. Try it. I hope that you'll come back another day. Good. All right. So let's try that whole last bit together, and then we'll be ready to sing the whole song. All right, ready? 1, 2, ready, go. When you fly away, when you fly away, I hope that you'll come back another day. Yay! That is so beautiful. Good job, my friends. So now you know so much more about your major triad and your major arpeggio, and we have a new song to sing. So let's do it. All right. Here's our starting notes. And let's do it. 1, 2, ready, go. Ladybug, ladybug, where will you land? Ladybug, ladybug, come to my hand. Then you can crawl all the way up my arm, and I will assure you I'll do you no harm. When you fly away, when you fly away, I hope that you'll come back another day. Yay! So beautiful. Wonderful job, my friends. All right, let's move on to our rhythm. All right, now I'm down here. So we are going to review our rhythms that we've learned so far this year, and then we are going to add one more rhythm. So the first rhythm we learned on the very first week of music class was our quarter note, the one that looks like a little black dot with a stem. And that note gets 1 beat. So if I had a 4/4 measure, I would clap 4 quarter notes, 1 on every single beat. It would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you clap that with me? Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. And then last week we learned about our half note. Our half note looks like our quarter note, but like we forgot to color in the middle, right? And it gets 2 beats. So if I were going to clap a whole measure in 4/4 of half notes, I would only have room for 2 half notes because I would skip every other beat to hold through the 2 beats that the half note gets. So I would clap on 1 and 3. So it'll look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to hold on through. All right, can you clap that with me? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice. So our brand new rhythm today is even bigger than our half note. We are going to look at the whole note. So our whole note gets 4 beats, 4 whole beats. And that means that in one measure, we can only fit 1 whole note. And we are going to clap on the 1 and then hold all the way through the 4. So it'll look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, can you clap that with me? Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly. Our whole notes are super easy. You just have to remember to hold on through them. You don't even have to do anything. Alright, so take a look at this little chart I made. So we've got our time signature right here. That's 4, 4. 4 beats per measure. Quarter note gets the beat. Can you say that with me? 4 beats per measure. Quarter note gets the beat. And here I've shown you what's happening in beat 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in beat 1, we have a quarter note, a half note, and a whole note. Except it's going to change after that. Our whole note gets how many beats? 4. So our whole note is, if we have a whole note, it's the only thing that can fit in that measure. So that's why we call it a whole note, because it takes up the whole of the measure. Okay, so use that to help you remember it, okay? Now let's take a look at that half note. In our half note, we can have a half note on beat 1 and a half note on beat 3. But if we have a half note on beat 1, our second beat is taken, right? We can't put anything there because we're holding through our half note. 1, 2. Same with the 4, right? 3, 4. So we can only fit 2 half notes in a 4/4 measure. Or you can think about it this way. A half note takes up half of the measure, right down the center. Good. Now we need to talk about our quarter note. And our quarter note you can think of like a silver quarter. How many quarters does it take to make $1? 4. Good. And just like that, we need 4 quarter notes to take up a 4/4 measure, because we need a quarter note in beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, and beat 4. So a quarter note takes up 1/4 of our 4/4 measure. So I'm going to do this for you. I am going to split my screen into 3s, and I am going to sing 4 measures. In one video, I'm going to sing 4 measures of the whole note. In the other video, I'm going to sing 4 measures of the half note, which means you're going to hear 8 half notes. And in the other one, I'm going to be singing 4 measures of quarter notes. So you're going to hear 16 quarter notes. Huh, holy moly. All right, let's see if it works. All right, I hope that was helpful. That little ticking you hear in the back is my metronome, my favorite little toy that helps me stay perfectly on rhythm. If you can't tell, I love rhythm. So let's go ahead and take a look at our rhythm for this week. Boom! Here it is. So just like last week, I have put the beats that you are going to clap on in blue, and the beats that you have to hold through in black. So if you're really confused, just follow along and clap on those blue notes. Good, so here we have some quarter notes, some half notes, some whole notes. We've got a whole family of rhythms. So we've got that treble clef at the very beginning, followed by our time signature, our 4 beats per measure. Quarter note gets the beat. So I know that every single measure between those 2 lines is going to get to 4 beats. No higher, no lower. 4 beats. And then we're going to start at 1 again. So what we're going to do is we're going to clap through this rhythm. I'm going to clap it to you, measure by measure, and then you'll clap it back to me. When we get to the end of a line, we'll try that line by itself, and then we'll move on to the next line, do the same thing, and then we'll put it all together. Okay? It's going to be great. So here is your first beat, or first measure. Watch my hands, but also listen to what I am saying. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, good. So that last one's our whole note that we just learned, right? So you got to hold all the way through to the 4. Good. So we made it to the end of the line. We're already halfway through with it. Let's try clapping it out from the beginning. Okay? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. All right, so now let's take a look at that second line. I'll clap it, you clap it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now let's clap that second line all together. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Now I would say the hardest measure in this whole rhythm is the second one on the second line. So that's the one that goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's because usually we expect 2 quarter notes and then a half note, or a half note and then 2 quarter notes. We don't usually expect it to be right in the middle of the measure. So try clapping that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So when we get to that one, just make sure you give it a little extra attention. Okay? All right. The moment has come. Let us clap the whole thing, starting from the beginning, going all the way to the end. Oh, and you can tell it's the end because of those 2 lines at the very, very end of it. Those are called our double bar lines. So whenever you see that, you can go, oh, thank goodness, we're done. All right, let's clap it out. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Now, let's try it one more time. Pinky promise, one more time. Just a little faster. So we'll take it at 1, 2, 3, 4. About that fast, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bravo! Very good job, you guys. All right, that is enough for rhythm today. Wonderful students, it is time for my favorite part of the class, and that is our composer of the month. So our September composer is Ennio Morricone. That's him over on the side of our screen. That's a picture that was taken of him while he was conducting an orchestra. He lived from 1928 to 2020. He just passed away in July. He was 91. He is from a country called Italy, which is in Europe, which makes him Italian. And because most of his compositions were written in the 1900s, he is a modern era composer. His big instrument was the trumpet. That was the instrument that he was really good at. He played trumpet in a jazz band. And, as we talked about last week, he composed film scores, which is when you write music for a movie. So, as you're watching some movies throughout the week, throughout the month, and you hear any music in the background, all of that music, especially if it's instrumental, is part of the film score. Someone whose job it is to write that music sat down and wrote the music for that movie. And Ennio Morricone started writing music at just 6 years old. So Ennio Morricone shows us that it is never too early to start composing music. He started at just 6 years old, and you totally could too. So if you feel like you've got melodies in your head that would make a great song, give it a shot. See if you can write it down. See if you can use your solfege if you don't know the notes yet. See if you can combine your solfege with your rhythms and create some melodies. It is never too early to start trying. One of you could be the next great movie composer too. Great, so let's take a look at our song for this week from our composer. This is another one of those pieces that is from one of those cowboy movies. So this one is from a movie called Once Upon a Time in the West. And we need to take a look at it because it's got so many cool instruments and different things happening. Okay, so like I said, we are listening to Once Upon a Time in the West. And this is a Western movie, cowboys, Wild West, that kind of thing. And something really cool about this piece and this movie is that the creator, the director of this movie, loved Ennio Morricone and loved what he did with his music. And so when he went to go create this movie, he had the composer write the music for the movie before they filmed it, so that he could have the music playing on the movie set while the actors were filming this movie, so that they could really get the vibe, the feel that they wanted for this movie in their heads before they even did the acting. So, what I love about Ennio Morricone is that he keeps that full orchestra, that usual cast of characters. We've got our string section, we've got our woodwind section, we've got our brass section and our percussion section. So he has a full orchestra and a choir, but he also adds these interesting, more modern instruments into his compositions to make it interesting, to make it feel like the Wild West. So the first instrument that's featured in this piece is our harmonica. So that's that instrument you might have seen someone, it looks metal and they play it right here. You're gonna see it in the video of the piece, and they've got a really good harmonica player. You are in for a treat. And the harmonica starts by playing this. Do-ti, do-ti. That's what you're hearing. And then we also have an electric guitar that does some soloing throughout this piece. So make sure you watch for that. Next, we have our clarinet. Our clarinet was also featured in last week's piece, so it's definitely one of his favorite instruments to write for. And underneath the harmonica, the clarinet's going to be playing . Ooh, it's kind of got this spooky, atmospheric, mysterious, Wild West feel to it. So there are so many interesting things happening in this piece. Those are just a few of them. So as you're listening, I want you to think of one word that you would use to describe the music, okay? All right, without further ado, let's go to Once Upon a Time in the West. enjoyed that piece. It is one of my very favorites. My word to describe it is mysterious. But I hope that you guys take some time to say what your words were as well. That is all we have time for today in music class. I had so much fun with you again today, and I can't wait for our next music class next week. All right, nothing left to do but to sing through our goodbye song. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Bye-bye, butterfly. I'll see you again next time. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Bye-bye, butterfly. I'll see you again next time. I'll see you again next time.